as inconvenient as can be. Anyway, so what he's I've been talking to Joe about sign of Revelation 12 and a whole bunch of other synchronicities that have been happening to me in my life and a bunch of things. So he's decided to take action, shove a camera in my face, and here we are at Joe's, and he's making me do a video.
Just say what's on your mind.
So, okay, so basically what I get to talk about then is I don't have the diagrams or the videos or...
Keep it under 10 minutes.
And I'm supposed to keep this under 10 minutes. It's all blab and blab and blab and blab.
Well, you know, I don't have to.
Okay, so basically, in the book of Revelation in chapter 12, we have a woman clothed with the sun, the moon under her feet, with a garland of 12 stars on her head, and or a crown. And she's travailing in birth, and she gives birth to a planet. Go to Google Revelation 12, sign of Revelation 12 on YouTube, and you will find a whole plethora of explanations of this. But nobody tells you really what the dragon is. They try to point to a constellation nearby, and yeah, that could be it. But there's an alignment that's going to happen that nobody talks about because they don't know about it. I discovered this, I don't know, a couple years ago. I think there was probably something special happening that when I did discover it. I don't remember what it was, but I wrote in my notes and it was blew me away. It happens. I've had so many things like this happen to me. So anyways, what's going to happen is on September 9th, 2017, Jupiter will be born. And when you think about what you're actually seeing when you look in the sky at Jupiter, you'll see Spica and Hezi, two hip bones of Virgo, lining up with Jupiter. So basically what you got there is Jupiter and those two stars way off in the distance, light years away, behind Jupiter. And basically what's happening is you have a two-dimensional plane created by Hezi, Spica, and Jupiter, and it's passing. We're passing through this plane. Now, there's always this two-dimensional plane between 3 points in space. Okay, Spica, Hezi, and Jupiter. But we're going to pass through this plane while the rest of the sign is going on. While the planets are making the 12 stars on our head, and with the 9 stars of Leo, the 3 planets and 9 stars of Leo, making the 12 stars on her head, the moon's under her feet, and she's close to the moon, and close to the sun, and the moon's under her feet. While that's all going on, we're going through Jupiter's plane with Hezi and Spica. We're going through it at around 79,000 some odd thousand miles an hour. This is basically, I did the conversion, I did all the math, I don't remember it right now. It's 22 miles per second, though, I know that. So planet Earth is going through this at 22 miles per second, and if you include the lower atmosphere, I think that's called the troposphere, it's where all the weather occurs. It's about 11 miles thick at the equator or so. So basically it takes, if you include that, it takes exactly 6 minutes for the Earth to get through this plane created by Jupiter and Spica and Hezi. When it crosses Istanbul, Turkey, it'll be exactly solar noon in Istanbul, Turkey. If you understand what I just said, you'll realize those are two very independent systems that are coming together in a very remarkable place at exactly the same time. The sign hasn't happened, I think, since 3,915 BC. If you're using stellarium, that's 3,914 BC. So I think it was August 5th. Discover Ministries put that out. So anyways, Istanbul, Turkey was the capital of Rome and the Ottoman Empire. Istanbul, Turkey, if you think about iron mixed with clay in the statue of King Nebuchadnezzar dream, you have the Roman Empire when Constantine was the emperor. And by the way, Constantinople was the capital of Rome longer than Rome itself, the city of Rome was. Constantinople is also, or Istanbul, Turkey, however you want to refer to it, is also a city on 7 hills. If you want to think about the woman that sitteth on many hills, but anyways. So basically you have two empires combined in one city, where solar noon is going to cross when this alignment happens at 22 miles per second. Solar noon is going by at 780 miles an hour. And it happens on a hill in the middle of the town. I don't remember the name of the hill. They're building a mosque there. The mosque is at an elevation of 666 feet above sea level. And on this date, September 9th, 2017, is also the evening of that date, is the beginning of a holiday. I don't know the name of the holiday. I forgot how to pronounce it. But basically, it's a Muslim holiday where they celebrate the successor of Muhammad. So it's a perfect date for the king of the north, if you understand Daniel 11, the king of the north and the king of the south, to come about. And if you...
No, keep going. I'm just going to move out of the way real quick. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, we already did this once because the audio was so bad. Let's do it over. So basically, you have the 6 Syrian wars that have already happened, and that was between the king of the north and the king of the south in the beginning parts of Daniel 11. And then we still have to have the 7th Syrian war when Egypt pushes at the king of the north, the Ptolemaic Empire, pushes at the king of the north, and the Seleucid Empire comes down like a whirlwind through the whole land. Now, what happens at the end of this, he hears bad tidings from the north. Well, what's north of Istanbul, Turkey, or Turkey? It's Russia. Right now, Russia and Turkey are kind of getting along, but it's a shaky relationship. And I think the Muslims use a tactic where they use you as long as you're your friend. They use you as a friend to gain positions of power to spread Islam, and their goal is to take over the world. So a lot of people say their Antichrist, their Messiah, or Moedim, I don't know how to say it, is the Antichrist of Christianity. So in the Bible, you have this guy who's the Antichrist coming out of the king of the north, or coming out of the north territories, which is Turkey, and or the Seleucid Empire, which can include Iran. But how do I say it? This is an amazing alignment that's happening on that sign. Now, if you look in Revelation 12 and Daniel 12, you see something in common. You see Michael standing up. And Michael fights against the dragon in Revelation 12. And in Daniel 12, Michael stands up. And many of the dust of the earth are risen, some to everlasting life and some to everlasting contempt. So there's something going on there. And in the middle of Revelation 12, you have a voice from heaven that says, salvation has come. So maybe these are both the same event. I'm not saying the rapture is necessarily on this date. There could be lots of interpretations. I don't really know exactly what's going on. I have all my personal ideas and opinions, but I certainly can't make any statements as to what will happen. And Joe's run out of the room to go smoke a cigarette, so I have no idea how to run his computer to stop this. Anyway, so because I'll just keep talking. So we're going to have this alignment goes across Istanbul, Turkey, and when it's going across Istanbul, Turkey, the alignment of Jupiter, Easy, and Spica is crossing Istanbul, Turkey at the same time it's crossing. With this all within a second or two, as well as the King of the South is crossing the pyramids, the Great Pyramids in Cairo. So that's interesting. It's the Great Pyramids, Istanbul, Turkey. They're building a mosque. It's at 666 feet above sea level on a hill in the middle of the city. And Istanbul, Turkey was the capital of Rome. Istanbul, Turkey was the capital of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Turks came out of Turkey. They were ended in World War I. If you read about Rabbi Ben Samuel, you'll hear about the Jubilees and how they ended. The last one ends in 2017. A lot of things correspond here. When the alignment crosses Istanbul, Turkey, it's also crossing Charleston, South Carolina, where the exit point of the solar eclipse that's coming to the United States on August 21st, 2017 happens. It's exiting in Charleston, South Carolina. There's a whole bunch in that. That's when it's going at slowest speed. What are you doing? Did you stop me?
No.
No, okay. So when it's going at slowest speed, when the eclipse that's going across the United States on August 21st, 2016 is going at its slowest speed, it's going 1,260 knots. And well, basically, it starts at around 400,000 knots when it hits the Pacific Ocean. It slows down to 1,335 knots when it crosses the Missouri River. It's going 1,290 knots when it crosses the Mississippi River. It slows down to a slowest speed, a minimum speed of 1,260 knots, and then that's when it's going by a town named Crossville. Have you ever heard about a cross? Someone hung on a cross, and then as it goes past the town of St. Matthews, and St. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, it's back up to 1,290 knots, and then when it's out in the Pacific Ocean, it's going 1,335 knots. Now, when it's at Charleston, South Carolina, there's a city there called Fort Sumter. I mean, not a city, a base, well, a Civil War fort. And that's where the Civil War started. There was also a shooting on Ramadan in 2015 where a guy went into a Bible study and killed a bunch of black Christians because he wanted to start a race war.
And what was that exactly?
The
Can I look this up on Google real quick?
Yeah, it's shooting in Charleston, South Carolina. It happened in 2015 at sunset, right when Ramadan was starting. And so what I'm trying to point out is there's some kind of connection going on here between Istanbul, Turkey, and Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Charleston church shooting. Also, Black Lives Matters was doing stuff in that church back in 2010. And so I don't, and you know, George Soros is funding Black Lives Matters and all that. So I think they're trying to start a race war. If you look at this eclipse, where does it start? It starts at Lincoln Beach, Lincoln County, Lincoln City. Okay, Lincoln Beach, Lincoln County, Lincoln Beach, Lincoln City, Lincoln County, and the first road it crosses is Lincoln Avenue. Who was the president during the Civil War? Abraham Lincoln. When it crosses over crosses over Lincoln, Nebraska, the shadow passes south of Lincoln, Nebraska, and as it crosses Interstate 80, it's 77.7 miles to Highway 77 from that place where the center point of the shadow crosses Interstate 80. When it crosses Highway 77, south of Lincoln, Nebraska, it's 177,777 feet to the exact same point again. So there's a lot of sevens in there. There's actually 10. There's 77.7, that's 3. Then there's Highway 77, that's 5. And then there's 177,777, and that's another 5 sevens. And there's also a 17 in the beginning of the number 177,777, and this happens in the year 2017. There's 17 counties that are named after Abraham Lincoln in the United States. Then maybe there's a meaning here. And I forgot to mention that when the shadow gets to Charleston, South Carolina, remember I told you it was going 1,290 miles, or 1,290 knots across the Mississippi River. Well, that's 666 miles away from Fort Sumter. So you got a 666 in there. So there's all this weird stuff going on, and I think that these could be signs of the 1,290 miles or knots. Of course, these are numbers: 1335, 1290, 1260. Those are all things you'll find in the Bible. The significance of it at the Mississippi is if you were to geographically divide the nation, we have west of the Mississippi and east of the Mississippi. The eclipse is dividing the nation in half. So I'm just thinking there could be a Civil War theme here. We got Abraham Lincoln, the first, Fort Sumter is where the, where the Civil War started. And so in Charleston, South Carolina. And then we had that shooting in Ramadan. And there was another shooting on the last day of Ramadan, too, where it was going after Army recruiters in 2015. There's a whole lot more about this when you get into when the sign actually happens on September 23rd, 2017. There's a lot of stuff about 23. I've been getting 23 numbers all over the place. I mean, I can't even get into all this. It's just, I go on forever. I just get numbers like crazy following me. But anyway, so basically, there's an alignment with Istanbul, Turkey, Fort Sumter at the same time on a Muslim holiday where they name the successor, or we're celebrating the name of the successor to Muhammad. It's coming out of Fort Sumter, Yeah, that's Charleston, South Carolina. That's the church the shooting happened in. And
So we're just showing this is Wikipedia. You can just look at it.
Wikipedia, yeah. Type in the mosque, Istanbul, Turkey. Do that. And if anybody wants, if someone's interested in this, they're going to sit through more than 10 minutes. We can just start talking. I mean, otherwise, by this point, they're just going to blow us off. Just pull it up. They can do it.
Pull up what?
Type in mosque, Istanbul, Turkey. And then put that up on the screen. This mosque is at an elevation of 666 feet above sea level. It's the one on the left there. Or
This?
oh, wait. Not the blue mosque. Go back up. Scroll back up. So go to images up there.
Images here?
Yeah. Click on them. Just click on images. New. No, none of those are it. New mosque, or type in I can't remember how to name that hill. Chemical hill. It's type in CAMICAL. I don't know. It'll come up eventually. Type in hill, Istanbul, Turkey. Maybe it'll fix it for us because I'm too stupid. So, anyways, on this at this mosque, that's 666 feet above. Oh, I better type. Did it give us anything? Type in biggest mosque, new mosque in Turkey, Istanbul, Turkey. This is so impromptu, guys. I'm sorry. We're not ready for this at all. None of those. Keep going down. I'll tell you when I see it. It's under construction.
It might be under news.
No, we got to name this. Oh, you wrote the road. Hit pause on the screen for the people here, so we can just pull it up. Can you pause this video?
No.
No. You can't pause it.
It's live.
Let me get this. Let me try. Give me that. Hey. There it is. Hill Mosque. Now we get it. Okay, so now we're going to get it. All right, here we go. That's not a good picture. Let's see if we can get a better one. Images. That is the images. Let's see.
Just go to view images. Go back out.
This isn't. Well, we'll get view more. Okay, here we go. All right. So how do I? Oh, there it is. There's a good one.
They hit view image now. Oh,
I want this one. I want that picture.
All
right, pull that in there.
Doesn't work.
I don't know how
Doesn't work quite like that. So what I would do is just save it.
He's gonna show you the picture of the mosque they're building on. How was it? Kamlika Hill? I don't know how to say it. I'm not from Istanbul, Turkey, and I don't speak Islam or Turkish or any of that. So
the image. Browse.
Is it in there yet?
Yeah, there it is.
All right, so now you can see the mosque. That's going to be the biggest mosque in Turkey, and it's on top of a hill that overlooks the whole city. And I think they put over 30,000 people in there. And right at the, if you look here, can they see the mouse on there?
No, I turned the cursor off.
Oh, well, if they could see the cursor, if you look in the right at the bottom. Oh, okay, you see a little red truck here. There's a little red truck, and if you back that truck up, you find a red roof. See that at the very bottom of the screen.
All right. Here
Yeah. So, anyways, that building I know is
bottom right hand.
Yeah, I was able to get on Google Earth, and I'm pretty well determined that hill, the street level where that building is 666 feet above sea level. So that's a 666.
All right.
So that's unusual.
So there's your map.
Okay. So, anyways, that is. Yeah, well, it's almost complete, and it'd be a great place for the King of the North to start up if they do that. And if you know about type in Bruce Gore. Just do it.
Is it?
Yeah, just type in Bruce Gore.
BRUCE,
and then Gore, and then Hellenistic period. If you guys are bored, I think you can maybe fast forward us as you watch this video.
Oh, you're live now.
Oh, live. Okay, so Bruce Gore, Hellenistic period. Yeah, grab that one.
It's a video.
Yeah, it's a video. But can you just put it? Can you show them a picture or grab a screenshot?
Oh, I tried here, but
Well,
for some
you can
reason
look
it's
up.
not.
You can look up the Hellenistic Age, Alexander to Antigonus III by Bruce Gore, and then he does another one, and that's video 25, and then the other one is video 26, where it talks about the rest
tried
of the
to
Kingdom
do
of the North and Kingdom of the South.
Window capture, and it's not.
Poor people. I wonder how many people actually watch this.
As you can see, it's just not showing.
It's not showing it. Okay, well, I'll just tell them. Type in the Hellenistic Age, Alexander to Antigonus III. And the guy's name is Bruce Gore, and it's his 25th video in this series. And watch the 25th video, and then you'll find the 26th one right after that. Watch that one. And you'll know about, then you'll learn about the King of the North and the King of the South and the 6 Syrian Wars. Well, we haven't gotten to our 7th Syrian War yet. It looks like we might, the way things are heating up over there in Syria. But he's going to get something there. Yeah, he's going to get that over for you. But anyway, so we have you have the Seleucus Empire. Okay, after Alexander the Great, he died, and his kingdom was basically divided up into 4 generals. 2 of them were prominent. One was in Egypt, and the other one was the Seleucus Empire up in Asia Minor, into Iran, that area. Anyone who comes from the east, like Iran, they always had to go up the.
This guy here in this video.
Yeah, that guy.
Bruce Gore.
So anyway, any time that someone came from an army came from the east, they would have to go up the Euphrates River to get water and whatnot, and then they'd come back down into Israel from the north. So even if they're from the east, they were still from the north. And of course, Turkey is north of Israel. So they were the king of the north. King of the south is Egypt. And every time there was a war between these guys in the north and the south, they fought right through Egypt. I mean, right through Israel. I'm sorry. So Israel's in the middle of these 2 guys. So this alignment, when it cuts through Istanbul, Turkey, it's also cutting through the Great Pyramids in Egypt. So the king of the south is going to push the king of the north, and then the king of the north is going to come down like a whirlwind, and then he's going to destroy a bunch, and there's going to be a time of trouble like never before in Jacob's trouble, and then they're going to he's going to set his tabernacle between the seas and the holy mountain, and my battery's almost dead here. And let's see, I'll go to Daniel. Everyone reads Daniel 11, or Daniel 12 separately, but read them as if they were 1 chapter, not 2. Remember, there are no chapter breaks in the original language or original scrolls. And so, if you start at Daniel, I'll just read it. Daniel 11. Let's go. I wonder who's going to watch this, but all right. I'm just going to let's start at verse 36 in Daniel 11. We've had the king of the north and king of the south going at each other forever. And by the way, the summation of the number 36 is 666. If you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 all the way up to 36, you'll get a sum of 666. Okay. Starting at verse 36. And the king of the north, or the king, this is the king of the north, shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done, neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women. Muslims don't really have a lot of respect for women. Nor regard any god, for he shall magnify himself above all, but in his estate shall he honor the God's forces, and a God whom his fathers knew not. What's that? How many people got following me?
Are you watching?
Watching. 0. Hey, I feel pretty good about that. And no one's watching.
You need more subscribers.
Well, I have no subscribers.
Well, that's your goal. You get more subscribers.
Well, maybe
you get more subscribers, and you get more people watching you live.
Okay, well, you put it on live, but is it going to be recorded later?
Yeah, you can pull this off any time. Yeah.
So anyone can pull it.
Goes right on your channel.
Hey, well then they can watch it.
Oh, I know, but still.
Well, maybe 2 or 3 people out there will watch it. So, okay, but in his state shall he honor the God of forces, and the God whom his fathers knew not, or he knew not, shall he honor with gold and silver, and with precious stones and pleasant things. Thus shall he do in the most strongholds of the strange God, whom he shall acknowledge and increase with glory. And he shall cause them to rule over many, and shall divide the land for gain. And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him. That's the Ptolemaic Empire. And the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind. Okay, so basically you have Egypt pushing at the king of the north with chariots. Okay, so the king of the north gets upset and comes down against him like a whirlwind with chariots and with horsemen and with many ships, and he shall.
You can plug this in.
Yeah, because my
Keep
battery's
it
going to
kind
die.
of charged or something.
Yeah. Okay. And he shall enter into the country. Where am I? Okay. And at that time of at the time of the end. Okay. So obviously this is not something that's already been fulfilled. At the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind with chariots and with horsemen. So basically, you have Egypt pushing at Istanbul or Turkey. With chariots and with horsemen and with many ships, and he shall enter into countries and shall overflow and pass over. He shall enter into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab and the chief of the children of Ammon. He shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. So the king of the south does not escape. But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver and of all the precious things of Egypt, and the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps. Well, we just had some interesting things happen in Libya. But the tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Well, what's north of Istanbul, Turkey, or Turkey? Russia. Well, there's a real fragile relationship going on between Russia and Turkey right now. Obviously, not too long ago, Turkey shot down a Russian fighter jet. So, like Turkey's going to side with the Russians now because they don't like siding with NATO. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on there. But tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore, he shall go forth with great fury to destroy and utterly to make away many. And he shall plant the tabernacle of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain, that he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. Then what happens? At that time, what time? When the king of the north has set up his tabernacle between the glorious seas. At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time, and at that same time thy people shall be delivered, every one shall be found written in the book. Sort of sounds like a rapture. And many of them and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So I'm not sure exactly how this all works.
What scripture is this?
This is Daniel 12. We're at Daniel 12, chapter 12, verse 1 and 2 so far.
Daniel chapter 12,
verse 1, 2, or whatever. Yeah, just so pull up. Okay, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
And where's...
Go to Daniel 2. Did you get 2 up or 1?
No, this is 12:1. So
okay, just click a little over.
Where do you go? Is this it?
Well, you can.
These are all different translations.
Yeah, just click on one of them. There's the international version. Okay, and then you got 1, 2. Is that the whole chapter in there? Yeah. Okay. So you can pull that up and let people look at that. I'm reading King James, whatever version he's got there.
This is the new international version.
That'll work. I'm getting a buzz on my phone. What's up? Calls will be made aware. Did you sign in messages? I don't know why saying you need to come home. Oh, look what time it is. 111. It's 111. I just got a buzz on my phone.
Put it up on the camera.
There it is. Well, is it going to show? Come on.
Maybe. Where's your...
My lighting is wrong.
Do you have a clock?
Yeah, I do. Okay, clock. 00. 3, 2. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Clock. Quickly. Before it's 1112. Wish I knew it. There it is. It still did. It's too bright.
There you go.
There it is. Ding. I don't live in San Francisco, but I'm in the Pacific time zone. That is an amazing.
Well, it even says it up in the corner.
Yeah, it says up in the corner. Okay, so there you go. So that's when the thing buzzed at me. All right, so that's a whole other story for someone else. Okay.
It says call this one Daniel 12, right?
I've been getting these weird synchronicities all the time like this, and it's like every time I get into this,
And we could. This is.
I could do a
for everybody.
whole ton of things about
You
this.
could read this right here.
Yeah, okay, so you can read it there. Go ahead and read it for us. I can't read it. Well, anyways.
At that time, Michael, the great. You can't read that?
Well, it's too far away from me. At that time, the great prince who protects your people.
Read most.
Yeah, I wrote it. So anyways, let's go to Revelation 12. They can see that as a reference now, and they can get back to that. Let's go to Revelation 12.
All right, well, I could do it here.
Okay, I'll do it on my phone and do it there.
Revelation 12, right?
Hey, you're going to beat me, aren't you?
All right, I just did it. All right.
Okay, you get it up on the screen for him?
Yeah. Sure. Let's do this. Woman and the Dragon. We always talk about that, right?
Yep, okay. I got the King James Version. I don't know what version he's got up there, but probably New International Version, but I'm going to read King James. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, and she being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads. Okay, now the red dragon, Istanbul, Turkey is, or the capital, Turkey's flag is red, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. If you, I think I've already gone over this in the beginning of the video. I was talking about how this sign shows up. Type in the Revelation 12 sign. Go to Discover Ministries. That's a good one to do. Type in Discover Ministries on the internet there, and type in, or is it maybe in my history? Can you pull up my history there?
No.
Okay. So I will.
It'd be easier if you're on your own laptop and did this, and you could do what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah. This is so.
I mean, you got your own. Yeah.
Poor people who are watching.
Just OBS, man. Get the OBS broadcaster, and you do the same thing I'm doing here. In fact, it's a lot more advanced that you can actually have different scenes. And scene 1 is your camera here. And if I wanted to like kind of put you over the corner like this.
Okay.
And then merge the scenes or whatever. I can add like right here the image.
That's 114. I just looked at that. There you go again. There's another one for you. I just looked at it again. I didn't even notice it until now. Oh my gosh. There you go, Dominic.
And here's the dragon thing.
I don't know if we get it. Oh, it won't go. It's so bad.
Back off a little bit.
There it is. You can see it in the corner. 14. That's for Dominic.
I mean, yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff.
Discover.
You can go over it,
Ministries. And I should have put in, okay. I'm sorry, folks, but anyways, he talks about this sign, Revelation 12, in one of these videos. It's pretty good, and he mentions things like how it's 1,260 days after. Here you go. Here's the video. Is it my own screen?
Huh?
Okay, so let's see if I can get. That's what we need. Bam. Okay. It's only got 18 views. I'm giving that guy a thumbs up, man.
It's like you.
Gosh. Okay, so I mean, he's got 4 million people
watching.
watching.
Hey, believe it or not, you've got an average of 250 plus views on both your.
Yeah, I know, but people watch it for about 3 minutes before they get bored. If someone's still watching this, they're pretty pretty interested in it. So anyway, so go to that video, and he explains a lot about different unique things about the sign, but he doesn't get in. He doesn't know. No, I don't think anyone knows. I've never seen anywhere online where anyone's talking about this alignment with Istanbul, Turkey. It's kind of hard to find out. You really got to crunch numbers and things to figure this out.
Well,
I think I'm
going
going to
let's wrap it up now, and then
basically I'll have more stuff for you in the future. If this Istanbul, Turkey is the king of the north, I believe. I think it also connects the iron mixed with clay in the feet of the Roman Empire, because it was the capital of Rome under Constantine for so long. Actually, it was the capital of Rome longer than Rome was. And then you got, it was the capital of the Ottoman Empire as well for quite a while. So that's the best place to unite the iron mixed with clay is in that city, and that city is going to be exactly solar noon, and solar noon's going over that city at 783 miles per hour. At the exact same time, this sign happens. It hasn't happened since 3,915 BC, which is going by at 22 miles per second. So you got these 783 miles an hour and 22 miles per second coming together and going ching, right on Istanbul, Turkey, which is the king of the north, and the plane from the sign is also pointing to the king of the south, going right over the Great Pyramids, and it's also lining up with the exit point of Charleston, South Carolina, where Fort Sumter is, where the Civil War started, and we have a whole Civil War theme and all kinds of things going on like that, and that's based on the eclipse that's going across the United States on August 21st, 2017. So there's a lot going on there. I'm leaving a ton out, I know. This is an impromptu video.
Yeah.
Joe I was talking to Joe about this.
It's better, you know what, and you can watch this later.
Yeah, I'm going to get more stuff for you.
And then you can kind of
put it this way. If you've made it through this far, subscribe to my channel. Eventually, I'll get this out, and then you'll get a notification on your phone or your computer or whatever that the new video has been put out.
If they subscribe.
If you subscribe. But you got to subscribe to my
channel.
To
that option, yeah.
Yeah, subscribe to my channel. This Steve Clues or whatever it is. My channel, and then
yeah,
and then I've got a bunch of I've got like a slideshow that I can put together. It's got over 500 slides
or whatever.
I've got over 500 slides I put together on all this stuff.
It's got a lot of stuff, folks.
It's crazy.
A lot of stuff.
My
one day he'll bring it out, and by then the date will pass. And no one's gonna care.
Oh, hopefully something happens, But anyway,
hopefully,
if nothing happens, well, okay.
I
don't know what it was, but it was really important.
Death and destruction. Oh God, help us now.
Okay, so there's a lot to talk about.
All right, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
We're gonna end this now.
You made it.